So we've seen how Jesus, in a surprising turn, the Messiah, the long-awaited Messiah, who most thought would rally the troops of Israel and overthrow the Roman government, self-identifies as a servant. Amazing. But equally amazing is that self-identification passes on to his followers. Paul, the Apostle Paul, the one who brought the gospel to Gentiles, the one who established churches throughout Asia Minor and the heart of the Roman Empire, also self-identified not only as a servant, but when he referred to himself, he called himself a slave. Romans 1:1, this letter is from Paul, a slave of Christ Jesus, chosen by God to be an apostle, sent out to preach his good news. The book of Philippians, again, the very introduction to Philippians 1:1. This letter is from Paul and Timothy, slaves of Christ Jesus. And then when Paul writes a personal letter to Titus, his follower, this letter is from Paul, a slave of God and an apostle of Jesus Christ. Now, Paul didn't shy away from his leadership, but he characterized his leadership by servanthood. Being a slave in Rome was not an easy thing. 30 to 40% of Italy was slaves. Most of them lived in the fields, they lived in the countryside and farmed the land of Italy. But many also lived in the city. In the entire Roman Empire, now going beyond Italy into Macedonia, Greece, Asia Minor, Egypt, about 15% of the population was slaves. The life expectancy of a slave in the Roman Empire was about 17 and a half years old. Now, their life was hard. They were not the paragon of Roman virtues, were they? And yet Paul identifies himself as a slave simply because he recognized that our command is to serve one another. Tomorrow, we'll take a look at the book of Galatians, where we'll find Paul giving a command and the motivation for service. See you tomorrow.